Hey guys, welcome to Dudefind. This is my new YouTube channel. Super excited to start sharing reviews with you guys, talking about a bunch of different products and everything found by a dude for other dudes and dudettes. But basically, yeah, I just wanted to jump into real world products, looking at different types of reviews on Amazon, on just, I mean, really any retailer site, just anything that, can basically be a cool find or gift for really anybody. Yeah, I wanted to kind of use this YouTube channel as well to do some diving into the real world experiences because I know a lot of products that are being reviewed out there on YouTube tends to basically dive into more so of like the spec side of things, which is always great. And I'll still mention some specs on here, but I wanted to basically use this YouTube channel to kind of give my own personal perspective on it, to let you guys know how I feel about certain products, how they measure up to other products that I've used, if I think they'd be a good gift idea, if I think they're kind of a flop, and just basically just to utilize that to move forward with doing as much reviewing as I can to get it out to you guys so that you guys can be well informed before you guys purchase anything. So for the first product that I'm going to kick off my channel with and actually do some reviews on is a new type of earbud. You guys may have heard of this type of earbud before. It's basically an open ear earbud. These are relatively a little bit newer. I've been doing a lot of research into them and stuff. I definitely would not say that I'm an audiophile by any means. I'm just a normal guy, like listening to music. I love earbuds. I love headphones. And I'll definitely do a lot of reviews. I've got, some pretty good ones here, but yeah, a lot of people have been dabbling into this open ear style. And basically what this open ear style is it's pretty much like an earbud that you can put in. You can listen to music in the background, kind of. That's the best way that I can explain it. While you're kind of doing stuff around the house, you can just be at work or wherever you're at. You could go jogging, exercising, go to the gym, go shopping at the grocery store. I've taken, these types of earbuds at the grocery store before, and it's kind of nice because if anybody talks to you, you're right there. So I've tried these out, in different real world situations, and they're pretty cool. Like I said, the music, the best way I can explain it is it's kind of playing in the background as far as like a background music noise and stuff, but it's not like in your ears to the point where it's just drowning everything else out. These types of earbuds are pretty darn comfortable, in my opinion. They tend to kind of just either float on the earlobe as far as like ear clip design, or they have like kind of like over ear the design as well. And I'll be reviewing, I'll definitely get some reviews in on both types of earbuds and stuff, but there is a recent one that just came out recently that I wanted to get out to you guys to review, to let you guys know, hey, this is a good product or not. Soundcore. And this is not sponsored, so I'm just doing this just to kind of just review and just get it out there to you guys. But there's a new earbud that came out. It's the Soundcore C50i. On YouTube, basically looking at all the different review channels and stuff that I've seen in the past, there's been a lot of different reviews on like the Soundcore C40i's, the Soundcore C30i's, the Soundcore Aero clips. Those are all kind of, those clip-on earring earbud styles that Soundcore has came out with. And there's a lot of other companies that have, basically made those types of ear clips too. But Soundcore does a pretty darn good job at, kind of coming out with this style. So the Soundcore C50i here, as you guys can see, I'll hold the box up to you. Hopefully you guys can get a good focus on that. But these are the new Soundcore C50i earbuds. So these, I'm going to do an unboxing. I'll actually do that a little bit later here. But basically, these are open ear. It does have situational awareness. The situational awareness, I think, advertised on the box is pretty much just being open ear, as far as that goes. The Flexi C-ring with memory titanium wire and stuff, that one in the unboxing and stuff I'll show you too, but they're pretty flexible. I mean, like, these things are pretty comfortable as far as it goes, and we'll talk a little bit later about that. It does have pretty powerful bass too. This is another thing I wanted to talk about with these open earbuds, is that these types of open earbuds, because of the fact that they're open ear, unlike regular earbuds that go into your ear, the bass response on these is definitely subpar compared to, I guess, the other earbuds that you usually would familiarize yourself with and be normal, basically be aware of. The bass response on these, the best way to explain it is it's a little bit lighter, focuses a little bit more so on the mids and highs as far as the frequency range rather than the actual thumping lows. However, over the last year, I mean, the products that have came out and stuff, I mean, Soundcore, JLab, Shocks, those are some really good ones that I'll be reviewing too and stuff. But all of these companies have definitely been coming out with some pretty decent open earbuds with some pretty good bass response. But if you are going into these open earbuds, and you're looking into this, don't expect anything of being like, oh yeah, I'm going to listen to some, hip hop or R&B or rap and, have some just massive booming sound, as far as that goes. With that said though, I mean, they support great quality, sound, as far as, music goes. They're really good for listening to like podcasts or YouTube videos, just kind of on the go. Or if you're just, chilling and still want to be aware of your situational awareness there. And then, yeah, as far as it goes and stuff, we'll jump right into it. So these are the Soundcore C50i's, like I mentioned, and the case, we'll start with that. It's pretty small, as you guys can see here. It's, I mean, I can definitely palm that. No problem at all. Fits right into the pocket as far as it goes. I did get these off of Amazon for $55. They are currently on sale. They're on like a promotional sale right now. You originally, I think it's 69. But these remind me a lot of the Soundcore Aero clips. And I've actually tried those before and they're pretty good as far as sound quality goes. And honestly, I would have to say these keep up with them as far as sound quality goes. So comfort wise and stuff, they're really awesome too. But the one thing you'll notice here, hopefully the camera picks this up, but basically you've got the earbuds or the ear clips here, and you can see the ring on the ear clips, are a little bit thicker, kind of like the Aero clips. They changed the design a little bit because the C30i, the C40i were kind of that thicker ear clip design and stuff that, that was a little different. And these kind of are, I think, a little bit more going towards the fashionable design like the Aero clips are. I think they look great as far as it goes. They do have a physical button up at the top too, which is super awesome. So, basically as far as control, because I've noticed on these, if it's touch control rather than a physical button, sometimes they are a little bit fidgety as far as trying to, get some control with that. So having a button control, it's like you for sure know, like, hey, I'm pushing down, I'm, pausing or playing, skipping tracks and stuff like that. As far as flexibility, like I said, you guys can see here, I mean, it's pretty flexible as far as the memory titanium open ring here. They are really light at 5.5 grams each, which is super awesome. And then one thing that I noticed that was a little bit different about the design that I wanted to talk about here is that the speaker on some of the open earbuds that I've seen in the past, the speakers will directional wise will be basically straightforward. And these I've noticed Soundcore has actually positioned the speaker kind of down a little bit to more be focused and pointed towards your actual ear canal. I thought that was really awesome. And honestly, wearing these as far as sound quality goes, it definitely has made a big difference with that, in my opinion. All right, guys. So this is the brand new Soundcore C50i open ear clip on earbuds. I've been looking at a few of these, the C40i and the C30i's. So I wanted to see how these compare on them. Looking on the case, on the back here, looks like talks about pressure-free comfort, open ear design. These things definitely are comfortable. We got powerful bass, 12 millimeter drivers, which is awesome. Definitely long battery life, 28 hours with case, and clear call enhancement. So we'll have to test it out. In the box comes with the earbuds, charging case, USB-C cable. So nothing too crazy on that. You're not going to get the actual adjustable like sizes with different earbuds that go into your ear, because these ones, when you go ahead and clip them on, they'll actually just sit on kind of your earlobe area, and just on the outer part of your ear. So you're not going to have to worry too much about sizing or anything. This is kind of like a one size fits all kind of thing here. So as I crack into the box here, as you guys can see, nothing else in the box. We got the instruction manual on the top here. They're pretty easy to figure out. Nothing too complicated here. So if you want to read that, feel free to. Then we've got, as far as the internals of the case or the box here, we've got the actual earbuds and the case wrapped in the nice plastic wrap for protection. It usually comes with most earbuds nowadays, pretty typical here. And as we open this up, we've got the earbuds case. Super nice case as far as I can see. Looks like it's pretty good here, and as you can see, the USB-C cable, nothing else in the box, so not too much to go with that. So as far as the case itself here, we've got, as you guys can see, the size is pretty good as far as that goes, and the earbuds inside here, the ear clips, and you can see they're pretty nice. Definitely like this thicker kind of earring band that they have going on here, compared to the other models like the C30i and the C40i had kind of a little bit of a different design, so they went a little bit different with this one here. So I'm curious to see how it performs. But as you guys can see on the earbuds here, the ear clips, it looks like there's a physical button for controls on both the left and right. And it looks like, from what I can see, the flexibility is really good. So it doesn't look like it would be too uncomfortable wearing these. And as you guys can see, there is a left and there's a specific left and right orientation on these. Some of these ear clips, you can switch both directions and stuff. It doesn't matter what side of the case you put them in. But as you guys can see here, which I'm kind of glad I figured this out earlier on, the magnetic part that pulls in the ear clips to charge them won't actually pull in and charge unless you have the left and right actually in the specific area. Back of the case, as far as charging, it's got USB-C. Pretty typical here. And then you've got the Soundcore emblem on the top. Pretty sleek looking case and earbuds, as far as I can see with the unboxing here. Definitely think I could put these in my pocket and not have to worry too much about it. So we'll go ahead and see, do the rest of the testing and see how that goes. And so the other thing I wanted to also mention too, and I did talk about this in the unboxing portion of the video, but basically there is a defined right and left channel on the ear clips. And so with that said, if you basically switch them into the case and stuff, some earbuds will go ahead and you can switch them and they'll sync to the correct channels and stuff after like 10 seconds. These, the magnet will actually not let you put them in incorrectly. And so as far as that goes, there is a specific left and right channel as far as the earbuds go. And you can see here, this is how they sit in the case. So pretty nice as far as that goes. Okay, so as far as sound quality goes, these earbuds are, they have 12 millimeter drivers, which basically have a great bass response. Like I said, it's nothing too crazy, but it is enough to actually get some good boom out of your music and enjoy it, especially for some open earbuds. It is 6.0 Bluetooth, so it is basically up to date with all of the most modern Bluetooth on that. And then it is IP55 rated, so these things, you can get rain and water on them. I of course wouldn't submerge them in water, but they can get wet and they'd be fine. So if you went to the gym for a heavy sweater, if you're out in the rain jogging with them or whatever, these should be okay as far as that goes. So as far as sound quality goes, I would definitely say that these sound amazing. I've definitely listened. Like I said, I now review those other earbuds too, that I have, a few others. But as far as these go and stuff, the sound quality is great. The bass is great. The loudness, it gets, plenty loud. I did notice the one thing, just to give you guys a heads up on, is when I did first open these up, and I do have a video showing you guys the app portion of it and how to use it and stuff. There was an update right out of the box on this one that I did notice. It seemed to me, don't hold me to it, because Soundcore basically said that was just bug fixes, but I did notice, it seemed like, that the sound quality did significantly get better with the update. I did notice that before the update, the bass was kind of a little bit tingy. And afterwards, the bass response was definitely a lot better. Vocals got a little bit louder. It just seemed a little bit more oomph. All right, guys, so here's the app portion. As you can see, it's picking up the Soundcore C50i's. It talks about the correct wearing position. Talked a little bit about that in video, and then also talks about the earbud control as well. So it kind of gives you some tips right off the bat before jumping in. As you guys can see, here's the firmware update that I talked about in the video. I'm not going to update that now to save some time, but like I said, highly recommend that. I think it improves the sound. Going in as far as usage tips, the very top portion of that section there talks about usage tips as far as wearing, how to position them, first time pairing, if you have any questions on that, manual pairing if you need to, controls. It talks about checking charging case battery levels, so you got some usage tips there. Going into the sound effects, you've got bass booster, Soundcore signature, volume booster, classical, podcast, and treble booster. So definitely a bunch of different, and you can actually go into custom EQ and custom change on several of the bandwidths here, such as high frequency, low frequency bass, if you'd like to do that. So pretty cool customization options on the sound effects with the EQ, which I thought was really cool. As far as controls go, you've got basically the button controls on the left and right earbud. You've got options such as single press, double press, triple tap, and then hold for 2 seconds on each. And then one of the really cool things that I love about this is that you can actually push on them and customize it to your own liking too, on how you would like to have that. The last thing on here that I want to talk about is dual connection. Really cool that this has dual connection, so you can connect to 2 devices at once if you'd like to, with switching off. You go into the settings here, you got the settings, and that's a little bit about the app. So as far as the sound quality goes, I'll go ahead and play recording now, and I'll play a sound basically in a low noise room, so you guys can hear what the call quality would be like as far as the microphones picking up on these. And then I'll also do a separate recording with basically the noise, with background noise, like an airplane going on, based off of that. And then we'll jump right back into the review portion of this. All right. Lastly, we are going to do a mic quality test. So you are currently hearing me on the Soundcore C50i mics. This is in a quiet room environment, so very, basically like an office environment, just by yourself. Not too much going on, but this is what your call quality would sound like in a quiet room. Okay, so now I've got some coffee shop ambience cafe background noise going on right now. Not sure how my voice is picking up on these, but this is pretty loud. This definitely sounds like I'm in a coffee shop in public right now. And so if you were talking to somebody on the phone with these, this is how your voice would sound in kind of a public place. Okay, so as far as value and comparison, I definitely would have to say, based off of the reviews that I've heard and stuff, and also the research that I've done, these outperform the C30Is, they outperform the C40Is, they are a step up from that, as far as being the C50Is. The other thing that I also did notice too is that these earbuds, and like I said, I have tested out the Arrow clips before, and like I said, I think these are pretty darn close to those. as far as sound quality goes. The other thing I was going to say is, as far as comparison wise, the bass response isn't quite as deep, but the sound quality is pretty close and the comfort's there too. But and I'll do a review, but I've got the Shocks open dots, the kind of the same, you know, structure as far as the ear clips with Shocks and stuff, and those sound amazing as far as that goes. But these are pretty darn close to that for a fraction of the price. As far as these go, I mean, you can't go wrong with these as far as the C50i, and I definitely would recommend these to anybody looking for an open pair of earbud clips. As far as putting these on with the fit here, everybody's ear is different as far as it goes, but basically you pretty much just put it over your ear, and then the way I put them on is I kind of just slide it down like that to the point where it just sits right in the canal there. Like I said, you can see on this side too, just basically you flip over the ear like that and then sit like that. And honestly, I think these are pretty stylish. They look pretty cool. They don't look like anything that's like, you know, people aren't going to be staring at you wondering what the heck you're wearing or doing. Like I said, I've taken these to public places before, haven't had any issues or any comments really at that, you know, with that. As far as comfort goes, these are extremely comfortable. Honestly, you'd be wearing these for an hour, 2 hours, three, even all day, like if you're working in some or something. And you'll probably forget that they're on, just because they're so comfortable. All right, so as far as these earbuds go, rating wise, I would definitely give these a just a straight out 10, just out of the box. I mean, these earbuds are amazing. They're really good quality. You know, I've tested a lot of earbuds before, and these ones are ones that specifically, as far as sound quality, comfort wise, the way they look, Soundcore really nailed it. These earbuds have really great sound quality. They sound rich, they sound full, they get loud, they don't sound distorted like some of the open earbuds that I've listened to in the past. These are one of those earbuds that you know that you spend on Amazon, and I mean it's less than $100. Like I said, they're going for 55 right now, and you're not gonna want you're probably not gonna want to return them because they're so good. It's just definitely they've got that quality there. So in my opinion, I think Soundcore really nailed this one with the C50Is. Highly recommend them as far as it goes. Lifestyle wise, I think these fit into really anybody's lifestyle. With the holiday season coming up too, I mean, they would make an awesome gift for really any guy or girl out there, as far as anybody that's wanting to get some good sound quality, but at the same time still be aware to their situation, because that's, you know, really important to a lot of people. Like I said, you know, as far as caveats go, you will have a little bit less bass response with these, but like I said, these handle pretty darn well as far as bass response. And I think, I mean, honestly, I don't think they look too bad as far as wearing them. I'm a guy, I'm a dude, and I don't feel too awkward wearing them. And yeah, I think anybody would these would fit anybody. So as far as this goes, I know this, you know, this is my first you know, my first video on reviewing. I'll definitely be making more. But if you did like this video, you know, please help me out by liking, subscribing, and hitting the notification button as far as that goes. Once again, thanks for, you know, supporting me and my channel with Dudefind, and I'll be back with some more reviews soon.